speaker number 1, Carolina Beyer. Now arriving as scheduled without any delays, here's speaker number 1, Carolina Beyer.
Don't follow my example. But I remember one time flying to Brazil. I was deeply asleep, like a bear in a winter cave, when all of a sudden I felt something kicking in my back. I woke up in a jump, and I grabbed the kid behind me. Stop kicking my seat right now. Good for you. Now, that wasn't very nice. I think I could have handled it a little bit better. But that was then. Now, when I fly, I think about the passengers. I think about etiquette, flying etiquette. Who is going to sit next to me? How are they going to act? How am I going to react to them? I worry. I worry about the mood my neighbor will be in. Speaking of this, the mood of travelers today seem to be dwindling just as much as the seats. According to seatguru.com, the airplane seats went down to 17 inches wide, a lot thinner than 40 years ago. So anyone that will sit in those seats in these cramped conditions will be in a bad mood, especially for a 9-hour flight. Now, I remember my first flight and how things were very different back then. I was 6 and I was flying with my family to Buenos Aires, Argentina. I remember the flight attendant brought me toys. The silverware was metal, not plastic. And believe it or not, it was on the economy class seats. So that directly affected the overall experience of people's flying etiquette. The people back then, it used to be a novelty to travel by air. And people were more relaxed and didn't seem jaded by the entire experience. Now, let's talk about good flying etiquette. According to the Traveler and Leisure magazine, it starts at boarding. Now, have you ever been waiting to board your plane? When you saw the passengers foaming at their mouth like it was 5 a.m. on a Black Friday from a Best Buy? Now you would think that they were going to miss out on a $50 flat screen TV. Relax! There is no flat screen TV. Everyone will get in one way or the other. Set a good example. Be calm. Now, you made it into the plane. And now you have to fight tooth and nail to get all your carry-ons in the overhead bins, which more often than not are mostly taken, if there is any space. Then you need to give your bags to the flight attendant to check in your bags, separate than the ones that you already checked. How to avoid that? Well, don't pack too much. Or check in your excess luggage in the beginning. I have to say, this is probably the #1 rule broken by my people back home, the Brazilians. Brazilian tourists can't shop until they drop. We're finally sitting down in the airplane, ready to take off, when you hear, "Please turn off all of your electronic devices." The electronic devices can send an electromagnetic wave that can interfere with the plane's electronics, according to some Boeing engineers. At the same time, older planes can also not have enough shielding from all the newer technology devices. So that's not only good etiquette, but it's also a necessity for safety. Unfortunately, there is always those annoying people that insist on texting in the last minute, using the computer. Not to mention those other annoying people that cannot hang up the phone until the last minute. No, you hang up, snuggle buns. No, you. No, you. Folks, turn it off, please. At last, the plane touches down. You arrive at your destination. The seatbelt lights go off, and everyone jumps up. And rudeness has one less shiny moment, as all the overachievers shove their way down the aisle, forcing more considerate passengers. Now, in any event, playing linebacker won't do you any good. Won't do you any good, and you add to the frustration on an otherwise normal travel. And you can turn the experience into long therapy sessions. People should learn how to take their air journey not as an unpleasant chore that frames the trip, but as part of the trip itself. So next time you board, realize all of your actions can affect and change several people's behavior in your flight, either for better or for worse. And the conduct will change the entire flight experience. Thank you for flying with me today. Thank you. Bye.